Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365 and it's a new year, so here's my wish list of the top 5 3D Blu-rays I would like to see in 2020. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Art Podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. All right, a new year is here, and I just recently did a top wish list for 4Ks in 2020, so I thought I would do the same for 3D Blu-ray. Now, yes, 3D Blu-ray is a bit more of a niche market, at least here in the States. A lot of studios have stopped supporting the format here in the United States, but they still support it well overseas. It does very good, and in actually some cases, 3D does better than 4K over there in places like the UK and so forth and so on. So they still make them, but accessing them is a little bit more of an extra step. You really have to just import about 90% of everything that is released in 3D. And as I said, the studios support the format. It's just, you know, it's not as prevalent here. You know, they release movies in the theaters all the time here in the 3D, but we rarely get them all here on the shelves. But hey, for purposes only, and I have no confirmation any of these are going to be coming, but this is my own personal wish list of movies that I would like to see on 3D Blu-ray. All right, so let's start with number 5, and that's going to be Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think while I was not a fan of the 2016 Ghostbusters, I thought the 3D was actually pretty excellent. And it got the wheels spinning in my head what the OG crew could actually do as far as a movie goes in that format. We've never had a Ghostbusters film, with the original crew. It was never made for 3D. It was way before that time. And they never even did any post-conversions or anything like that. So a new Ghostbusters movie in the original universe is coming. And I think with all those effects, it could make for a really good 3D. I'm hopeful that we get it in some form, and that personally is my number 5. My number 4 is going to be Godzilla vs. Kong. I know that people were divided on these movies, and at the end of the day, I like giant monster stuff, and I think inherently it always looks better on the 3D. Even movies like Pacific Rim and the dreadful-ish sequel, Pacific Rim Uprising, they definitely have a better kind of 3D to it. I mean, just the massive look of these robots and giant monsters, I think just really it screams 3D all day long. But with Godzilla, I felt was very good 3D. Godzilla 14, Godzilla vs. Kong, or Godzilla King of the Monsters was one of my favorites last year. A lot of people kind of disagreed with that, but I still like a good giant monster movie, and I like that in 3D. So I'm really hopeful that we get that here. And also Kong Skull Island, I felt looked really good in 3D. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I think we're going to get it. Whether we have to import it or not, that's to be determined. But I'm hopeful we get a 3D version of this. My number 3 is going to be Top Gun Maverick. I think this kind of begs a 3D release, honestly. Whether Paramount releases one here or internationally, that's probably going to be the big question mark, because I feel that the last couple of releases from Paramount, even internationally, have not gotten 3D release. So who knows if we'll get one. But I think, the post-conversion they did on the original, I thought looked very good. And imagine that now, like what that would look like now, just flying in the air. I mean, it's really kind of like if you go back and look at Gravity, something along those lines. Honestly, I think it would look pretty amazing in 3D, and I'm hopeful we get it. This is probably the one on the list that I'm least convinced we'll get at some point, but if they do, I think it's really going to be high on my list personally. And my number 2 is going to be Disney's live action Mulan. I think this movie has so much potential, and if they are going to release it in 3D, which I suspect maybe they will, this one will of course be an import. You're going to have to import this one. Disney hasn't released a 3D here stateside in a couple of years now, but I think the wide open scope of the live action and all the trailers, this looks like it's going to be extremely promising. And I think we get some good effects. It looks like there's going to, based off the trailers, there's going to be some good areas for 3D. I really hope we see this. I would love to at least see this in the theaters, but a 3D Blu-ray would be most welcome. And my number 1 is going to be Marvel's The Eternals. Now, this one comes with a little bit of a caveat. I think that in order for The Eternals to really look good on 3D, we're going to have to get a kind of like a more cosmic adventure. I think the ones that are based more on Earth and just kind of mull about that area aren't as good in 3D format. Certain exceptions apply, of course. But I would love to see another cosmic adventure. I felt that Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 both had really good 3D. And of course, Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, I think all of those looked really good in the format. So I'm hoping, depending on how the movie structures out, which we really know nothing about, we get some good cosmic 3D in here. I think that would look really, really amazing. I can't wait to check out all these movies. I'm hopefully we get them all in some, either whether locally or import. I want these on 3D. I hope, they continue to support the format. At least if internationally, we can bring them here. It's not a problem, but hey, I'm excited for the potential 3D this year. Let me know in the comments below, what are your most anticipated 3D Blu-rays that we could possibly be getting in this year? All right, so in the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.